Hi, I'm Roberto Martinez and you're watching Toffee TV.
Welcome to Toffee TV. We're here to preview Everton's FA Cup third round tie on Saturday. Dagenham Redbridge, a team we've never played. We haven't played Dagenham. We haven't played Redbridge. And we haven't certainly never played Dagenham and Redbridge. So we're in uncharted territory here.
Unknown FA Cup territory. But it's at home.
It is.
It's last 6 games, they've won 3, lost 3.
Yeah.
They've won the last 2 games.
Oh, Baz with the stats.
Stats, man.
Stats,
they
yeah.
won it. They obviously beat Whitehall.
It's almost like you've just done a stats video.
Who knows?
It just feels that way.
That's what I mean. I'll be honest. It does. Maybe I should do a stats video.
Maybe.
You know, the third from bottom.
Yeah, they are.
In
League Two, which in old money is the third from like bottom of the whole entire
pyramid
football league. So,
but yeah, you know, it's a FA Cup game. You've always got to be wary.
You've got
Jamie Courtin.
Oh, Jamie Courtin. He's about 97. Yeah. He's just like been around forever. And scored at every level.
6 goals, top scorer for them. Naira Nosworthy, big tough defender coming through the back of your centre forward. Him and Coney will have a lovely match up at the weekend.
Right, let's just forget about all that nonsense, right? We should just be smashing these out the park, right, before we even start. But let's not get it. But obviously, after the game against Manchester City, obviously we've got a few walking wounded, the likes of Rom, the likes of Seamus. Cleverly will be out, obviously. We've got other players already out. We've got other players that could be possibly leaving the club. You know, Naismith, McGibbon, Gibbo. So where are we with this game? I mean, what do you think? I mean, will Robles come in goal?
I think Joel will carry on.
Yeah,
I think it's a good opportunity to give him a couple of games. Obviously, I think T. Howe will be back for the City game in the league next week, so I think Joel will play in goal. I think I can see young Mason Holgate.
Young Mason Holgate.
Mason.
Okay.
It was young compared to us, isn't it? Mind you, Mogstar compared to me and you. I can see him.
Go on.
I can see him in at right back. I think it'll be Jags and
I think he'll play Fins Murray.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Stones will be on the bench. I think it'll be Jags and Murray, and I think on the left-hand side, Galloway. What
if he played Galloway at centre back and played Bainesy at left back?
I think it'd be. I don't think he'd do that. I think it'd be a step too far. He could. It'd be a great opportunity. He's played at a league higher than this opposition, hasn't he? When he played for the MK Dons, he played centre back, so he could do. But I think he'll play left back. I think he'll be them too. And then in midfield, he's already said we're going to see Stephen Pienaar. So Pienaar will play out on the left, I suppose. I think Lennon will play. Ozzy will be in the middle, obviously. I think Bezic will play.
Yeah.
He should really rest Gareth Barry, but I just don't know. You never know because he loves Barry. But I think
he'll rest him.
It'll probably be. I think he'll be on the bench. It'll be something like Pienaar, Osman, Bezic, Aaron Lennon.
Yeah, Aaron Lennon.
Kevin Morales, and Aruna Kone up front.
There you go.
I think
it's not a terrible team.
It's not that bad, but listen, it should be good enough to be there. Exactly. I think on the bench you'll have Ross Barkley, you'll have Gerard Delafeu, you'll have probably John Stones.
The big guns.
You know, and look at, I mean, the big one for me, someone mentioned they think it'll be Naismith's last appearance.
Nah, it won't be Naismith's last appearance.
Why would you put him in?
It won't be Naismith's last appearance. Naismith is basically not playing, so he doesn't get injured. And we will...
Someone pointed out, Jelavic against QPR a couple of years ago. Played in the third round on the Saturday, scored 2, and missed the penalty for his hat-trick.
He did.
And signed for Hull on the Monday.
Yeah, which
is a bit mad. Yeah. But I think that day, I don't think Everton...
Also, it'll be like a little bit naughty, wouldn't it?
Well, it would be, yeah.
Cup time, just in case, in case we got Norwich in the next round or something.
It's a bit mad, but... I personally don't think he'll play. I think he would have been on the bench last night.
I think he's literally packed his bags, sitting somewhere like in the Parters Lounge, just waiting to go.
He's been in Norwich Union today. Got some money.
Yeah, he's had a little walk around Norwich just to see how the pedestrianation of it, how it's going and stuff, whether he agrees with it. And I think he's fine with it.
Yeah, I think he's
already bought his tractor.
I think he can't wait. He'll be giving it all that as soon as he gets there.
But
no, I think, listen, you know...
Is there anyone else knocking around the gaff that, you know, you think...
Well, I'd have expected Rodriguez to be on the bench. We've not seen anything of him. Exactly, Leandro. I'd have expected him.
He's been injured, hasn't he? He has had a dodgy injury.
He's been injured, so, you know, obviously he's been injured. That makes sense, doesn't it? He's been injured. One who would have been, of course, the likes of Liam Walsh, but he's gone on loan to Yeovil this week.
Yeah.
Ryan Ledson, we know, is out on loan already. So the ones who are knocking about who you went, they may get a go this season. Obviously, they're not around at the moment. I mean, there's always a shout for the likes of Young. Anthony Evanson.
Young.
Again, he's only 16, he really is.
I know, but you're now getting to that age where you're calling people
it's bad,
young,
that, isn't it?
And that makes you sound even older.
I'm only 43. Same age as I got.
Makes you sound like something else as well.
That's you. You've given me the I won't say it. No, I'm not saying anything inflammatory.
I haven't give you anything.
You're trying to give me your cold and I don't want it.
That's why I'm like...
No, I think, you know, there could be like a shout for putting someone like that in, but I think that's a bridge too far at the moment.
It's not really needed either, is it? Because you've just named an 11 that should comfortably beat these, considering we're playing at home. With a couple of players in there, the likes of Lennon, the likes of Morales, the likes of Ozzy, who are chomping at the bit. You know, Bessett be chomping at the bit. Knowing that idiot, well, I'm not going to call him an idiot because I love him, but knowing him, he'll throw one in and get himself sent off.
No, we won't. Don't even say it.
No, don't even say it. Edit that out.
No, but I think you're right. I think there's players in there who it means they need a performance, will want a performance, want to play the way into the manager's thinking. And this is a chance, and it's an FA Cup game, it's at Goodison. So, you know, we should be able to, these aren't, you know, yeah, they've won the last couple of games, but the third bottom in their league, so at the bottom tier of the Football League. So if Everton can't beat these by 3 or 4, then we've got a problem.
It would be, well, it would just be awful management if he was to select any other team than that, wouldn't it? It would be though, wouldn't it?
Well, listen, if you can't use your squad against Dagenham and Redbridge, their bottom, at home as well, you've got the net of being at home as well, then obviously some lads are never going to play.
Like, I'm not being disrespectful to the trophy, because I know, because people will be saying, but you said in the League Cup.
I want to win this.
I want to win this, but we've just named a team that's clearly good enough to beat that team without using too many players that will be tired from Wednesday night and ahead of next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Also, there's other games this month. And also, those players need games because, as we've seen, players get injured and come back and all the rest of it. And you need players to be ready to go into the team. And this is a perfect opportunity. Yes, listen, it might be a bit of a dull affair on Saturday, or it might take us a while to get going because all the players... But as long as we win the game and all those players get a good 70 minutes under the belt, you know, for some of them and 90 for the majority, then we'll have done enough. And that's all it's about,
I think the only thing you look at, you just think, don't Everton this game up, you know, because we've done this, Oldham at home in the past and they beat
Stephen Vessels.
You know,
Stephen Vessels. You know,
things like that. Haven't when you've gone, we'll turn these over, and it hasn't quite happened. Yeah. But I think just the way we play the game now in terms of possession football kind of takes the risk out of these games. We've obviously got to turn up and perform because anyone can beat anyone. If you don't turn up and perform, Liverpool's seen that in the Capital One Cup early. They had to go to penalties against Carlisle, who were struggling at the time. So we need to make sure we're on it. But if we get in front, then I'd expect it to be 3 or 4-0 to Everton, and chance for the likes of Kone to get in amongst the goals maybe. And who knows, you know, the likes of Delafeu who may start, we just never know. But Lennon's got to play because if
Morales doesn't start this game, then adios, pack your bags, lads. You're going to Rill.
There you go.
I think, that's a team that's good enough to beat most teams, to be honest. In
lower league teams.
In lower league teams. So
Ozzy will get to.
That's as conclusive as we can be. Saying that though, are we going to fit Stephen Pienaar, Lennon,
and Ozzy
into one? No, we'll be all right. We'll sort that. We'll get that sorted.
Gareth Barry's playing captain. It's obvious.
Barry's playing. Stones is playing. Jackson's
playing. They're all playing. Ron painkilling injections. They're all playing.
Right. Tell us what you think in the comments. What team would you like to see out against Dagenham and Redbridge? Would you like to have all the people off the bench coming in for this team, or do you think we should be professional and play someone like Stephen Naismith? You know, are there an Everton player? Should they be playing? Tell us what you think in the comments. Just give us your 11. Tell us what your 11 should be.
Again, make him captain.
Yeah, we put him in the captain's table. Tell us what you think. On Twitter as well, it is at Toffee TV1. On Facebook, it is facebook.com/Toffee TV EFC. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going for the big 7,000. Get us there. Listen, you get us there. The quicker you get us there, the quicker me and him can go professional, and we'll be doing about 8,000 videos a week, and it'll just be like wall-to-wall content, and we'll be doing it in a jacuzzi. Amazing. Right, listen, loads of cough stuff I've had today, so you know,
he's off his head.
More than normal. Right, tell us what you think. We'll be back soon on Toffee TV. We will see you then. Of his game is brilliant, and we're talking about a 22-year-old who, if he gets that last 10%, he's going to be an absolute world beater.